Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm going to be bringing you a book tag. Disclaimer, this is going to be my only book tag because I don't plan on doing them, which I'll get into a little bit later. So I'm kind of using this as my my hello to the BookTube world. My initiation of sorts. So I'm going to answer a few questions about this for the BookTube Newbie Tag, and then I'm going to give you a little breakdown on what my goals are for this channel, really. So let's get into it. I don't really remember exactly who created this tag or where it came from. I'm gonna see if I can't find out and then maybe post it down below. But it seems like there's kind of a gazillion different versions of it floating around the internet. So without further ado, I have the questions right here. I haven't really planned these out, so and that's probably going to be the majority of what you see on this channel is non-scripted stuff. So without further ado, let's get into it. So question number 1, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I was blogging at first, and at first I just really enjoyed the community of bloggers, but it started to become like a second job, and I already have 2 jobs and they're very time consuming, plus my reading habits are very time consuming, and I just found that I wasn't enjoying blogging anymore. So I kind of stopped that, and I've been looking for another community that I could replace that blogging with. And I came across some YouTube videos on Twitter, and it just seemed really fun. The community just seemed so nice, and my first foray into booktubing was through a readathon event that was put on by Jasmine over at Novel Thoughts, and it was so fun. And even though I didn't really keep up with vlogging or anything for that, it was still extremely fun, and I met so many great people, and I discovered so many great booktubers. And well, anyway, long story short, I just wanted to be a part of a community again, and that is what my hopes are for booktubing, is to once again be immersed in that kind of community, but without having the stress of getting things done or putting things out there, or I wanted something that didn't feel like a chore to get done. Plus, it's easier for me to talk than it is to write. So I have really high hopes for booktubing. So question number 2 is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to booktube? That is a very hard question. I'm not really sure. I guess the one thing I think that I can bring that's kind of unique, that I haven't really seen so much. Granted, though, I also haven't delved a whole lot into BookTube, so I could be entirely wrong. There could be people out there who, like me, have this about them, but I haven't seen it all that much, so I'm going to say that it could be unique, is that I have a science background. I have a bachelor's of science in environmental science, and so I do read quite a few science books. I also talk about science a lot in my life, and so that could be a little unique, in that I do hope to bring some science books, and if you are interested in science or have any questions about science, then I could be an avenue that you could discuss it with or ask questions. Or if you would like to get more into science, I can guide you into where to start, things like that. I'm going to do a little shameful plug real quick in that I'm wearing this t-shirt, Twist, This Week in Science, which is my all-time favorite science podcast. And it's 3 very intelligent scientists who discuss the week's science news. And you don't really have to have a background in science, just maybe a vague curiosity about what's going on in our world. And anyway, they're amazing. I definitely recommend them. So now back to books. Question number 3. What are you most excited for? I'm excited about the friends I'm going to make. I'm even more than the book recommendations or just also putting myself out there and getting better at kind of speaking to the public, which is another goal of mine, is to also get more comfortable speaking to the public. But I'm really excited for making friends, bookish friends. When I was blogging, that was my favorite part, was just talking to people and gushing about books and buddy reading and book clubs, and it's all amazing, and I just can't wait to meet everyone. I want to meet you all. Come meet me. But not in a stalkerish kind of way. Okay. So question number, where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. So question number 4 is why do you love to read? That's another hard question. I'm not entirely sure. I've just always loved reading. It's an escape. I think it makes me a well-rounded person. It makes me, I feel that reading makes me a more compassionate person. Reading just makes me a better person. So that's why I love to read. So question number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? Okay, so I wasn't much of a reader until about, I'd say towards the end of middle grade, maybe junior high, when I picked up sorry, I just blanked. I picked up, why can't I think right now? I picked up A Wrinkle in Time, and I fell in love with this story. A Wrinkle in Time is what made me a reader, definitely. And fantasy has since then always been kind of my go-to genre. But I enjoyed this so much that I just devoured more books after this. And they steadily started getting bigger, started getting wordier, started getting more adult. And after that, I just became a voracious reader. So A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle started it all. So the next question is, what kind of question would you ask your favorite YouTuber? I think I would ask them what their all-time favorite book was. because I think you can tell a lot about a person, and how your interactions would be. Excuse me. By knowing kind of what their go-to book is. Well, I may ask them too, what book do you reread often? Or what is your most reread book? Because you can tell a lot about someone, and by what the things they love, the things they reach for when they need that kind of comfort or just something to do. So yeah. Next question. What kind of challenges would be hard for you? What kind of challenges? Let's see here. The 24-hour readathons, definitely. Because I'm not awake. I can't do 24 hours. I don't sleep very well anyway, so I try to get as much sleep when I can. But yeah, I probably won't be doing any 24-hour readathons. I won't be doing any tags. Tags are pretty challenging for me. But only because I don't I like watching them. I don't really like doing them. So those are pretty challenging for me. I think that's it. It's a pretty hard question. So the next one is, when did you start reading? I kind of got in a little bit that, I kind of got into that a little bit. Sorry. When it asked, what series got you into reading? So it was about the end of middle school into possibly junior high, around that time frame. So the next question is, where do you read? Everywhere? I guess I don't really understand having a set place to read. I mean, I have a few places that are my favorite places to read, but I pretty much just read everywhere. In my car, I listen to audiobooks. When I'm at home, I'll read in my bed. Sometimes I'll read at the dining room table. Sometimes I'll read on the couch. There's really no set place that I read. So next question, what kind of books do you like to read? So I like to read a little bit of everything, except really romance. I will read kind of suspense romance, where there's like a mystery or a thriller that has a pretty heavy romance intertwined into it. So I will read those occasionally. Usually if it's recommended to me, or if someone asks me to read it for and review for them. But mostly I like fantasy and horror. I read a lot of fantasy and horror. I like classics. I really, really enjoy mysteries and thrillers. But I would say fantasy is kind of my go-to genre. So yeah. So that is all the questions for the BookTube Newbie Tag. So I also want to kind of get into a little bit about my goals for this channel. Basically, I'll be uploading, probably not on a regular basis. I don't want to set myself with a schedule. This channel is purely so that I can talk with people about books. So I'm not going to be making any money off of this channel. I don't want to make any money off this channel. I don't want this to become another outlet where I feel stressed and I struggle to keep up with it like blogging was. So this is going to be purely fun. I will be doing some reviews but only if it was a book that I completely loved or it was an arc that I need to review. I will be doing monthly wrap-ups. I maybe will be doing book hauls if I happen to buy enough books to haul in the month that is happening, that we are in. I may do some other bookish things that are fun, but I won't necessarily be, I won't have a schedule, and I won't be doing tags unless someone tags me in something and it's so amazing and so fun that I just have to do it, which will probably be Harry Potter, to be honest. But I'm not interested in really bogging myself down with things that I have to do, that I feel that I have to do. I just want this to be fun. It's going to be very organic. I'm just going to get in front of this camera and talk to you about one of my favorite things, which is books. And if you happen to like books and you read the book that I'm talking about, or you have a book recommendation, definitely stop by. I want to be friends with all of you. So I want to talk to all of you about books. And I hope that you want to talk to me about books as well. So, yeah, I won't be doing editing. I won't be doing fancy camera stuff because I don't have the time or the inclination to learn it either. So, yeah, I just want an avenue to be immersed in the book community with everyone. And so far I have really high hopes for BookTube. I'm very excited. I'm so happy to have discovered this avenue. And I think it's going to be really, really fun. So yeah, there's not really much else to say about me or my channel. I guess if you have any questions or anything, you can always email me or contact me another way through social media. I'm pretty much on most social medias, which of course I'll link below how to get in contact with me. But anyway, so that's going to be my channel. If you liked this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you think that maybe this is going to be a channel that you like, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.